Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyid Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi taslima. Your sister Zaynab Ansari with you. And we are in the beautiful days of the Hijjah. And I have to be very honest and say that a little bit, it's a little bit poignant, I suppose, to do these particular reflections because alhamdulillah, I was blessed to make Umrah 3 times. My first Umrah was actually from Damascus many, many years ago. So I experienced that land journey from Bilad al-Sham into the Hijaz. And then after that, obviously flew from the United States. So I've had the opportunity, alhamdulillah, to visit those blessed sites, but I've never made Hajj. So please understand this reflection as maybe sort of an expression of my longing to actually be there with the pilgrims. Now, our Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, that there is no Hajj without Arafah. And there are several points that we can learn from that. One of the main lessons, dear brothers and dear sisters, is that uh, uh, the mission of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam was that he wanted to bring the people from these practices of jahiliyyah into the light of Tawheed, right? And we know this is the mission of prophecy. And يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور. And so the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam understood that there had to be a very qualitative shift in the approach to Hajj between the era of Jahiliyyah and after the advent of Islam. Because prior to the revelation of the Quran, the Quraysh had a pilgrimage, and people came from all over Arabia to pay homage to their various deities that were housed in the Kaaba, right? So that history is perhaps familiar to us, but what we might not know is that Arafah really had no centrality for the Quraysh whatsoever. So again, there is a marked shift between Jahiliyyah and advent of Islam, where the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is really challenging people to kind of reorient their entire experience and concept of Hajj. And so that is why this statement is so significant. There is no Hajj without Arafah. Because the experience of standing at Arafah becomes very pivotal. It becomes integral to the validity of the Hajj itself in a way that it was not important for the Quraysh prior to Islam. So, inshallah, in the remaining segments, I want to reflect on Arafah and the meaning of standing at Arafah and the journey of the Hujjaj. Now, before we wrap up, let's look at the Quranic reference. So this is Al-Baqarah. We want to go to chapter 2 for many of these ayat, and this is verse 198. Allah Ta'ala reveals, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, لَيْسَ عَلَيْكُمْ جُنَاحٌ أَن تَبْتَغُوا فَضْلًا مِّن رَبِّكُمْ فَإِذَا أَفَضْتُم مِّنْ عَرَفَاتٍ, and here Arafat is plural. This is important. فَإِذَا أَفَضْتُم مِّنْ عَرَفَاتٍ فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ عِندَ الْمَشْعَرِ الْحَرَامِ. So we have 2 things mentioned here at Arafat. We have Arafat and al-Mash'ar al-Haram. وَاذْكُرُوهُ كَمَا هَدَاكُمْ وَإِن كُنتُم مِّن قَبْلِهِ لَمِنَ الضَّالِّينَ. And this is really powerful. There is no blame upon you for seeking bounty from your Lord during Hajj. But when you depart from Arafat, remember Allah at Al-Mash'ar al-Haram, and remember Him as He has guided you, for indeed you were before that among those astray. So a direct Quranic reference to Arafat in the plural. Next time I'll talk about why that's in the plural, and then the idea of Al-Mash'ar al-Haram as well. This is important for us to reflect on, because this connects back to the idea that there is a distinct shift taking place between Jahiliyyah, when they were astray, and into the guidance of Islam. And I want to talk about that more, inshallah. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.